afternoon, Bright Brothers. Before you, three Bright Brothers. To begin with, my name is Pastor George Caleb Oguta. Here is your name?
Mike Odongo.
It's called Mike Odongo. Actually, Mike Odongo is the volunteer who is doing for us the electrical wiring here for the fencing. And it's Elder Ezra?
Ezra Odero.
He's called Elder Ezra Odero. He's also a technician who specializes in buildings. We want to demonstrate to you how we are going to do the wiring on the wall. And we want to start by explaining how pipes will be running vertically along the wall, just on the pillars of the wall. So I think our cameraman can move closer and then we explain to him on what is taking place when you want to do wiring. On this pillar of the wall, this one, we have protruded rebars. The purpose of this rebars, or this rebar, will create a provision for running of the electrical fencing. That's why we left this rebar. That's why we left this rebar. But if you check in between rebar, we have what we call a PVC. This is a PVC, this is not a rebar. It is this PVC that was inserted in between the columns. It's inserted in between columns and it runs down to the feet of the column. If the cameraman comes, he can show you, Mike, show us. He can show you that this is a PVC up here. It runs down to the base or to the foot of the column of the pillar of the wall. So if you take a connector, first you take, this is what we call a connector. This one is what we call a connector. You take a connector and join the connector at the foot of the pillar and onto the protruding pipe. To the protruding pipe. So which means this pipe runs from here, it goes down, just check, it goes down up to this area. This is a PVC pipe. This is a PVC pipe. So all our columns, we've made a sequence of two pillar, and then you put a PVC. You made a sequence of one pillar, you jump one pillar, put a PVC, you jump one pillar, put a PVC. And this is how this PVC is running. This is how the PVC comes down here up to this area. And then we will be having what we call a PVC and a cable that will be running along this line. We are going to demonstrate to you. Running along this line, they will be laid down like this. They will be laid down. Yes, they will be laid down along like this. All of them will be laid down, but excavated. They will be laid down under a channel or into the channel, running up to the next one, which is the second column. And then we want to show you how the cables will be running up from the pillar to the base of the column. Then it runs in through the pipes or through the PVC, then to another pillar. So the demonstration you will be able to see, witnessed by yourself. We are using what we call a coupler. A coupler will help us to join the pipes because the standard length of the pipe, what is the standard length of the pipe, this pipe?
1.5.
1.5?
3 meters.
3 meters. The standard length of the pipe is 3 meters. So we have to join them. But these pipes will not be left on the ground. They will be excavated to go in. Now, can you show us how we are going to put the wire onto the wall? Just show us how we are going to put the wire. This is the cable. We call it 1.5. This is the cable that we are going to use. It is a demonstration cable. So we want to pass this cable through the protruding PVC. Through the protruding PVC, we are reducing the length of the PVC on the wall. Now, this gadget, this is what we call a steel tape. This gadget, it is the steel tape. We are using this steel tape to help us pass through the wire, pass the wires through the pipe. So we are inserting the steel tape. We are inserting the steel tape. And the steel tape. You can see the steel tape is here. We inserted the steel tape. It has come through this area of the pipe. And you all know that this is the pipe where the steel tape has gone through. This is the pipe, the PVC pipe where the steel tape has gone through. It runs this way. So this is the same way our wire, electrical wire, will go through. So I think he can demonstrate it for you. You tie the wire. Tie the wire, and it goes and climb and pull the wire. You can see, pull the wire, pull the wire. This is our final wire through the pipe of the wall. This is the wire. Well, this wire will not stop from here. It will be running along this channel again up to the second area where we are going to put the wire through. So our electrician should come and help us. So what we are doing here, we are excavating. We are doing excavation down here to get to the foot of the pillar and check the PVC. We are doing the excavation. We are doing the excavation. Okay. This is now the PVC, the base of the pillar of the wall. This is the PVC, and you can see it. This PVC runs from here through this pillar. I show it up, goes this way, and here it is. Here it is. So we want to do connection. We want to run the cable from that pillar, that red cable from that pillar horizontally through this pipe, through this PVC pipe to this one. So which means this power will be from the power source. All the power, security power bulbs will be running from top. It supplies powers underground to the second pillar. That is what we are trying to demonstrate. So show him, no?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's doing the connection. Mind you, you need to understand that these PVC cables will not be left there on the wall or along the wall. This PVC cable will be put inside. We will dig a channel along the fence, and we submerge them within the valley that we will be digging, and we cover it with the soil, or we cover it with the concrete. So This provides the area for the connection. Yeah, we are reducing the size of the cable, the size of PVC, and we are connecting it. Yes, that is how it will run. Technician, we just need to run the wire from the first pillar to the second pillar for them to see. Cover that. We want to run electric cable. This is what we call electric cable through the pipe that run horizontally along the fence or along the wall. So we are inserting steel tape or steel wire. We are inserting a steel tape. And that steel tape, we are inserting steel tape. And we tie the steel tape through the conduit or the cable. Through the conduit. So the steel tape will run through the conduit up to this level. Up to this level. We are pulling through. Here it goes. This is the electric wire that has passed through the conduit that we laid on the feet of the fence, and then we want to run it vertically to the column. We want to run it vertically through the column. We want to run the electric wire vertically through the column. If you check at the last cable, the last pillar, if you check at the pillar, the pillar which is on the wall, you will be able to see a cable running. You will be able to see this cable, electrical cable. It has come down and it has been passed through this conduit. And we all know the conduit will be covered underground. Yes. So we are reducing the size of PVC because the longest PVC is 3 meters. So we are reducing the size of PVC. Which one?
Steel tape.
Get again. Yes. So we want to run steel tape through the conduit or a PVC. It is not just a PVC, it is a heavy duty PVC. So it has to run. That is the PVC. So we are tying electrical cable on a steel tape to aid us to pass the electrical cable through this wall or through this pillar of the wall. Just check. Just check. Just check. The way cable is going. Just check. Just check. And here we go. The cable has come through the wall, has come through the pillar to the conduit or to the cable. So we want to show you how we will be putting a security bulb. So get us a security bulb and we see on how we are going to put the security bulb. Called a ball fitting security. So we are going to use this ball fitting to demonstrate how the wire will be running all the way, let's say, from the power source to the pillars to the ball fitting the security on the wall. And we say this line, the current will be running into parallel. The currents will be running parallel, not series, it will be running parallel. So we take the ball fittings, assume we had already finished up this pillar to a point we can base our electricity or our electricity as source of power point. We will just be taking this ball fitting, and what is the next step?
Talk man, what you want to get on the pipe, 50 millimeter.
Yeah.
To go rest.
So we will be putting another pipe, what we call a 50 millimeter pipe, where we will be putting a 50 millimeter pipe, and then on this 50 millimeter pipe, this is where the ball fitting will be resting on. So just try to push. So that ball fitting will be resting on a 50 millimeter pipe. A 50 millimeter pipe should be of this size. This is the size for a 50 millimeter pipe that we will be buying again, to put a 50 millimeter pipe for it to rest on that one. So we assume this 20 millimeter pipe is the 50 millimeter. So it will be positioned based on this one. So we will be having a 50 millimeter pipe which is shorter up to this level. That is where we will be positioning the ball fitting, and it will be acting as the security light. It will provide light inside and outside the fence. So that is the beauty of that ball fitting. And as you can see, we are still having work which is going on. We are having finishing of the pillars along the house. We are doing the finishing of pillars along the house. The work is still going on. So when we talk of doing wiring on the electrical wiring on the wall, it involves a lot. It involves connector, it involves couplers, it involves stanchion, it involves the 50 millimeter conduit, it involves excavation, it involves circular boxes, it involves cable of different millimeters. It involves a lot of things that need to be done. Otherwise, I think this small explanation, we are able to explain to you what is taking place when you want to do electrical wiring along the wall. It is totally different with electrical fencing, because electrical fencing, you have to put another steel, or we will be using this, what we call the rebars, to hold the steels that will allow for the passing through of the electrical wires along the fence, Otherwise, may you be blessed. Thank you, and shalom, shalom.